Welcome back. In the previous lectures of this section, we understood how is the Spark architecture, and also we understood what is the Spark session. Now, in this lecture, we'll briefly understand what are the Spark language APIs and how do they work. First and foremost thing is, how do you think Spark is executing the code written in different languages like Python, Scala, and processing the tasks or processing the data? That is through language APIs. What it means is, even though you are trying to write a code in Python or Scala or Java, it takes that code and processes the data in the different executors. That is through language APIs. But now the question is, how is it making it happen? What it is doing is, for each of the languages, there are something core concepts, like core concepts. What it means is, let us say you have a Python code. Python code, if you write in a Spark, there is a core concept for the Python to convert the Python code into Spark code. The same is the case with the Java code, same is the case with the R code. Spark is maintaining the core concept for each of the languages, and then these concepts are translated into the Spark code. Once it is translated into Spark code, all the Spark code is run on the different machines in a cluster. That is how the code which is written in different languages is executed in a Spark. So if you really look at, there are different language APIs. Like one is the Scala. As we already understand, Scala is the default language of Spark. Why is that? Because Spark itself is written in Scala. And the next thing is, Java is also one of the supported language in Spark. Why is that? That is because most of the applications across the globe are written in Java. I wouldn't say all of them, at least most of them in the current context, because almost Java is a now 25 plus years programming language. Moving on, the next programming language which is supported in a Spark is Python. So as we said, the Python also has a language API through which it connects to the Spark. More or less, code what you can write in Scala, the same thing can be replicated in PySpark by using a Python code. The next thing is most important, which is really revered, loved by the data analyst. Because as you know, SQL is the very widely used language in the data world. The Spark is using subset of the ANSI SQL 2003 standard. This is in a way enabling most of the non-programmers or analysts to write a SQL code and try to execute the tasks on the Spark for the data processing. And the next thing is, we do have a R. In R programming, we have one is the Spark R, the second one is Spark LYR. This Spark LYR is a community driven package. R is a programming language which is used in most of the academic institutions. So there is a language API given for the R programming as well. What is happening really is, when you write a code in Python or R, you are not really going and touching the JVMs directly, as we already discussed, because we know Python and R are not JVM based languages. What exactly happens is, the Python and the R, they have a access to the Spark session. You submit the code which is written in a Python or a R, that will go through the Spark session. The Spark is converting this code into a Spark code which will be run on the JVM executors, or rather the JVMs which are there in executors. That's it. Thank you.